So we live in an increasingly digital world, and it's becoming, I think, more and more difficult to teach our children the value of money between debit cards, credit cards, ATMs, EFTs. Where do we begin to teach them about the value of every hard-earned cent when Dad is the ATM?
Oh, man, this is the thing. Like, we have Nikki Bush, our creative parenting expert in studio, to talk about just that. Nikki, lovely to have you.
Welcome back.
Yeah, we would also love to know from here if you have any questions or comments, or want to share how you go about it. 021 430 9881. That's where you can get in touch with us. Now, I've got this thing with my two boys. All right, whenever we go to the shops, they love seeing me put the card in, and they love kind of I teach key and obviously teaching numbers, how to put the pin in and then remove the card. But I fear that they don't understand the kind of scale of in terms of money that's behind that credit card. So at what age do we need to start thinking about teaching our children about money?
It starts from the very beginning. In fact, children give us the lead because, as you say, they like being involved.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that, you remember when your kids would take your wallet or your wife's purse and tip it out, and all the money is on the table or on the floor, and it's such a pain. But it's a wonderful way of teaching them sorting, matching, categorizing, the 1 rands, the 2 rands, the 50 cents, the notes. So, that's kind of the beginning of financial literacy. But you're right, it is a problem today because they don't see much money changing hands. And we always talk about the fact that children learn best in the concrete, real.
Practical.
So give them the real
tactile,
stuff.
yeah.
And it's quite hard also security-wise because we don't carry a lot of money on our person, but we've got to start with pocket money. And we do that kind of from around between 3 and 5 years of age. We start giving our kids a little bit of money. In fact, from about 3 years of age, and I think you've got children in this category, you've got to have a piggy bank.
Yeah.
And you empty your wallet or your purse at the end of every day with all that change, and they need to put it in to that container and feel it getting heavier, and preferably to be able to see it growing. And we don't let them take that money out. So having a bit of a savings goal, and probably by about 5 years of age, understanding a savings goal is about right.
Go buy yourself a chappie. You can go and break the piggy bank.
Yeah, but little things like taking them to the convenience store at the petrol station.
Yeah.
So around 5 or 6 years of age, giving them a little bit of money, and you can see them, so it's secure. You can see through the windows, and getting them to go and buy something small where they can go to the cashier, hand over the money, and get the change back. It's a good lesson to learn.
Don't start them out with a credit card.
I'm worried about this giving them the pin.
It's just fun and games for now. It's just fun and games for now. I understand that there's obviously a lot of work that still needs to take place, but it is, like you say, very difficult in a more digital world to kind of instill the money values with your children because there's not that exchange happening. So very, very interesting topic. We're going to continue with this topic a little bit later on this morning. Give us a call, 021 430 9881. We would love to hear from you.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
So from card fraud to the value of money, that's what we are talking about next, especially teaching your kids the value of money. We're hanging out with our creative parenting expert, Nikki Bush, this morning. And a very, very interesting topic, I must say, indeed, Graham, for us dads especially.
Very much so. We don't want to become the ATMs ourselves. We're inviting your calls as well. We've got Moshe on the line right now. Very good morning.
Morning, guys.
Great to connect with you. Thank you so much for making that contact. Do you have a question or a comment relating to teaching your children to become money-wise?
I'd just like to share my story. My daughter is about almost 2 years old, and since she was very, very small, we basically got a little piggy bank. And whenever we get small change in my purse or a friend gives her money, we will show her how to put it in the piggy bank. So now, when she's bigger, walking and driving us insane, when she gets money, she runs to the room, she goes gets a piggy bank, and she shows it to you, and she puts it in the piggy bank. I recently opened a bank account for her, and we took the money that we saved already, and I gave it to her to give to the lady, because I work for a bank. And she gave it to the lady herself to put in her bank account, and then she will tell me, "Mommy save, Mommy save."
Wow. It's not only helping her, but helping you as well. That really, really is awesome. Thank you so much for that. I mean, I noticed you nodding your head a lot there. Really cool way of teaching not only yourself, but your child. When is the right time to open a bank account and to teach your child about budgeting?
So, Graham, obviously Moshe has done a great job doing it very early on.
Yeah.
When children are a little bit older, like around 6, 7 years of age, you can make it almost like a rite of passage, where you take them into the bank, you help them to open that bank account, you take your camera, you make it a big moment, because this is the beginning of their financial planning, their financial security into the future. And then also giving children savings goals, and not just one piggy bank, but a few, like 3. One for savings, one for spending, and one for giving. Because that whole thing of gratitude and sharing with other people who have less than you, that would be the first way of budgeting, of taking, whether it's 50 Rand a month and dividing it up, or 100 Rand a month and dividing it between the 3. And then as they get older, you add a 4th, and that would be investment.
Okay.
I
Okay.
love
Well,
that, man.
I need to ask you this question as well, because I'm fast approaching this kind of era, you know, with regards to my eldest boy. What do you do when your child asks you for something but you can't afford it? How do you handle that? Because I think, you know, those questions, they don't fully understand the value of the money just yet, but how do you handle it?
Have you seen the price of a PlayStation?
Oh,
Is what we
goodness,
see.
yes. So I don't think it's a bad thing to make children wait for high-value items, that we're all saving towards something. And it might be like you were talking about a PlayStation, that becomes the family Christmas present, where that's the gift for the whole family because it's such a big item. And children need to learn that instant gratification doesn't always happen, and it's difficult to teach that. That's why looking at those piggy banks, watching the money rise, when it gets to the top, we can open it, we can take it, we can count it, we can spend it. You know, giving them that concrete experience of waiting.
So it takes a while to build it up, but it's like that if you spend it.
Exactly.
And a PlayStation is a reward for the whole family. And
It seems like you're justifying it. I know what you're getting for Christmas.
just planting that seed. As always, you brought some awesome props with you. We're talking money games here. There are so many options available. Is it a good thing to play money games with your child?
Absolutely, because it's really just a substitute for the real money. So Monopoly's done a great job of monopolizing the market in terms of the money games, because you're trading, buying, selling, saving up, losing, because that does happen as well.
Going to jail.
But I've got a cash register here as well, because young children love to play shop. And in fact, we went to my sister's house the other day, and my 6-year-old nephew made us popcorn in blankets. And it was popcorn in kitchen paper towel with a piece of sticky tape.
Right on.
And he sold it to us for 5 Rand a pop. And he made a whole lot of money because we couldn't resist paying in the money, and he's saving up for something. So children also have to learn the link between earning the money, where does the money come from, and then saving it up for something, because you work to earn, to give them the pocket money that they can go and spend.
What's your nephew's name?
Brent.
Brent, go and trademark the popcorn blankets right now, brother. Awesome stuff. Well, hopefully that's inspired you with some great ideas on how you can make yourself and your child appreciate money that much more and start developing a bit of money sense.